What's going on, guys? This is Matt Kowalis. Some of you know me from Detroit Sports Bettors, the sports gambling group that can be found on Facebook and Twitter. Picks and plays going on every single day over there, so feel free to check that out. And some of you know me from SportsMemo and WagerTalk, the sports gambling company where I create content, and I also have official picks and plays over there outside of this video, okay? But in this video, the free picks and plays series, we've been killing it. Last week, we went 3-1, and the week before that, we went 2-1, making us 5-2 on the season. In addition to that, this is not the only place that I give picks and plays. I have a TikTok where I do Monday Night Football breakdowns and Thursday Night Football breakdowns. We are 5-1 over there, and we're 15-6 so far through the first 2 weeks of the season and looking to keep it rolling today. So again, guys, really appreciate the support. Hit that subscribe button. Check out the TikTok. Check me out on Twitter at MoneylineMatt. Again, free picks and plays going on all over the place. And I have my official picks and plays over at SportsMemo if you'd like to check that out as well. But with that being said, let's get it rolling, trying to make these as quick as possible. And we're actually starting off with a player prop this week. And it is going to be Detroit Lion TJ Hockenson over 38.5 yards. TJ Hockenson, through the first 2 weeks of the season, has had 4 receptions for 36 yards on 7 targets and has also had 3 receptions for 26 yards on 7 targets. All right, through the first 2 weeks, in addition to that, Hockenson has had 3 drops. I don't expect that to continue. Now they're going in facing the Minnesota Vikings. The Minnesota Vikings have been very susceptible to the tight end. In week 1 against the Green Bay Packers, Robert Tonyan had 3 receptions for 36 yards in a blowout. And then the following week against the Philadelphia Eagles, Dallas Goedert had 5 receptions for 82 yards. So with this Philadelphia Eagles defense, you got to remember they have very bad cornerbacks, so they're going to be playing a lot of zone. Who sits down perfectly in that zone? TJ Hockenson, a big body tight end. Now also, when looking at someone like Amon-Ra St. Brown, he has absolutely been killing it. He's in the headlines. So that is obviously going to be the Minnesota Vikings focus. Because of that, I like the pivot in going with TJ Hockenson. He's gone under this number the first 2 weeks, so this number might be a little lower than usual. So you're getting a little bit of a good price here. And because of that, I'm going over with TJ. I think he's going to be the early guy that Jared Goff checks down to, yards after the catch. And again, I think this is a really good spot against the Minnesota Vikings. Their pass defense has been very susceptible. So I like TJ Hockenson here over 38.5 yards receiving. Next up, we are going to be going with the Green Bay Packers +2 on the road against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And with this game, a lot of this has to do with the previous game of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Bucs faced the New Orleans Saints last week in week 2 in a very emotional game. You know, a fight broke out. Mike Evans is suspended this game. Chris Godwin, not a participant in practice. He is questionable. Julio Jones, not a participant in practice. He is questionable. And defensive tackle Akeem Hicks, who anchors that defensive line, is not going to play. And I think that is very essential in this game due to the fact that the Green Bay Packers now have somewhat of a run-heavy offense with A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones. I think they're going to be able to pick up yards on the ground, control the clock, and have good third down opportunities because of that. Now, also, in the past, I know what a lot of people are thinking, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have had the Green Bay Packers number. In 2020, there was a blowout loss. I believe it was week 6. I think it was 38-10. Though the Tampa Bay Bucs just beat the shit out of the Green Bay Packers and then again beat them in the playoffs in Green Bay. So I would assume that revenge is on the mind of the Green Bay Packers in this upcoming week 3 bout. And then another thing that I've kind of been thinking about, it's Tom Brady. Something is obviously going on with him. Something is on his mind. And with distractions off the field after a high output game against the New Orleans Saints, and now many of your weapons, your top 3 weapons, could all miss this game. Your defensive anchor can also miss this game. I think a lot of this has the making for a Green Bay Packers upset here. Again, you're getting this at +2. If any of this information comes out in regards to any of the players named and they miss this game, this line could change, and this could actually pivot to a Packers -1 or even a Packers -2. So if you want to take this play, I would do it earlier rather than later. I know a lot of people like to wait on injury news, but this is actually some injury news that you can take advantage of. So again, I like the Green Bay Packers to come into Tampa Bay, upset the Buccaneers. You know, they just got too many injuries, too many distractions right now. So give me the Packers here at +2. Now, moving on to my next play, and this is another somewhat contrarian play, and this is going to be the Philadelphia Eagles traveling on the road against the Washington Commanders. And we are actually going to be taking the Washington Commanders +4 first half spread. Okay, again, a lot of this has to do with last week's matchup. The Philadelphia Eagles played on Monday Night Football. They're losing a day of rest because of that. They faced the Minnesota Vikings in what kind of became a heavyweight bout, or what a lot of people are making it out to be. The Minnesota Vikings, a very talented team, and the Eagles came in and just straight dominated. Now they have to travel on the road to Washington, a divisional rival game. And this is also a Washington Commanders team that's getting healthy. Jonathan Allen, one of their key defensive tackles, is coming back from injury. He did play last week, but he was hindered by that injury. Now he's at 100%. Full participant in practice. And the same thing with linebacker Cole Holcomb. Okay, so I do think this defensive line will be very pivotal in this matchup. They had 3 sacks last year at home when they faced the Eagles and beat them outright. And they also created 2 turnovers in that game. Now, on the other side of the ball, when looking at the Washington Commanders offense, this is a very potent offense. It's a lot different than that of the Minnesota Vikings. The Minnesota Vikings' main focus is always Justin Jefferson. With the Washington Commanders, they now have Terry McLaurin, who's an absolute burner. And one thing that Carson Wentz can do is throw that deep ball. They have Jahan Dotson, the rookie, who's really been showing out. He's had a couple touchdowns, showing that he can be a force in this offense. And then now the key guy, who's somewhat that scat back, somewhat like Deebo Samuel, is Curtis Samuel. Okay, he's been playing out of the backfield. He's been playing in the slot. And Carson Wentz has really found he might be his favorite target early on. And he's someone that can make plays out of the backfield. He creates mismatches with linebackers, things of that nature. So I really do like what this Commanders offense is doing. And the fact that this is a divisional rival, they're playing at home, they're coming off a loss to the Detroit Lions. I think this Commanders team is going to come out and play very well. And that's also why I like this first half. I think they're going to come out swinging in the first half. The Philadelphia Eagles could be a little gun shy. Again, losing a day of rest. Again, a high output game against the Minnesota Vikings. I do expect the Eagles to win this game, but I like this first half spread. I kind of like the Philadelphia Eagles to come back in the second half here. So again, I'm going to be taking the Washington Commanders at +4 for the first half spread. Now, lastly, last pick, we have the New Orleans Saints facing the Carolina Panthers. Okay, and in this game, I like the New Orleans Saints at -3. This is not a first half spread. This is a total spread. But I like the New Orleans Saints here at -3. And with last week, again, I like to play off the prior week. What happened? What type of emotions were going? How are they going to be coming into week 3? And I like this New Orleans Saints to come into week 3 playing hard. Again, that's a game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers where that New Orleans Saints team and defense specifically was pissed off. They didn't get any players suspended because a lot of that was Mike Evans doing it and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So they're going to be full go on defense. They're going to be full go on offense. And they're facing a Carolina Panthers team that has really been struggling. As we all know, Baker Mayfield is prone to turn the football over. Yes, they have Christian McCaffrey, and yes, they have guys like DJ Moore, but they're really not that big of a threat to for big plays, anything like that. Marshawn Lattimore will match up with DJ Moore, and this is a New Orleans Saints defense and defensive line with Cameron Jordan, and then you got Demario Davis at middle linebacker. Just very talented, very good at stopping your best part on offense, I should say. And because of that, I like this New Orleans Saints team to get this -3. On offense, this New Orleans Saints team has shown that they can be very potent. Michael Thomas has scored a couple touchdowns already this year. Jarvis Landry had a big game in week 1. Haven't seen a ton of Chris Olave, but we're also supposed to have Alvin Kamara coming back this week. That's a big thing coming out of that backfield. He's someone who you can check down to. He can make plays after the catch. And all in all, this New Orleans Saints defense is what's going to control this game. I don't think the Carolina Panthers will be able to do much against this New Orleans Saints team. And again, this is an over-under that is set at 40.5. Okay, so there's not a ton of wiggle room. But again, I wouldn't be surprised if this game ends up being a 24-10, 24-13, 24-17, somewhere in that vicinity. But again, I think this New Orleans Saints team can just make more plays on offense and will make bigger plays on defense. Again, who is going to win this turnover battle? I lean with the New Orleans Saints here. So I like the Saints at -3. Now, going over everything one more time, we only have 4 picks this week. I might pick it up as we go, but I got to spread my picks out kind of all over the place now, so it's a little different. But recapping everything, we're going to start with TJ Hawkinson over 38.5 yards. We have the Green Bay Packers +2 on the road against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Then we have the Washington Commanders first half spread at +4 at home against the Philadelphia Eagles. And then we are closing it out with the New Orleans Saints -3 on the road. Okay, guys, and that is it for today. Again, I am Matt Kowalis from SportsMemo and WagerTalk. Feel free to check me out over there. And again, would greatly appreciate a subscribe. Do a lot of work in these videos. Do a lot of work on TikTok. Do a lot of work on Twitter. Okay, I'm Moneyline Matt on Twitter. Would greatly appreciate a follow. Give a ton of picks and plays over there. But again, guys, 5-2 to start the season, 15-6 overall. Let's keep this rolling. I'm Matt Kowalis. Have a great one, everyone. I hope those bets go well. Peace out, y'all.